Namaste. I am Professor Dr. Pramod K. Raghav, Pro Vice Chancellor, Jayoti, Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur, Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Science. In my today's lecture, we will discuss about minimizing the waste in beverage industries. In my previous lecture, I told about other techniques of waste management in beverage industries. And students, let me tell you one thing, that the first step in waste management is minimizing the waste. And as you already know, there are two types of waste is generated mainly from the beverage industries: wastewater as well as solid waste. So we have already talked about several techniques of managing the waste. But as I said, minimizing the waste is the first step of waste management. Today, let me discuss some of the points, some of the techniques. If you employ those techniques, if you use those techniques, then definitely a substantial amount of waste can be reduced, can be prevented from occurring, from generating. So that's what we're gonna study today. And if I talk several actions, proposed actions, for example, in beverage industries, ultimately the beverage which you are producing, either alcoholic or non-alcoholic, soft drink or juices, will be packed in either bottles or cans, and that will be finally packed on a pallet, and those pallets are used during the transportation. So I'm giving an example. Means you think about repairing those pallets, means repairing of damaged wooden pallets rather than making that a waste. And when you propose this action, discuss it with all the stakeholders, discuss it with your employees which are responsible for workplace safety, discuss with it insurers, investors, suppliers, and discuss even with this to customers to check either they would like that or not. Because ultimately, whatever you are doing, all operations, they ultimately may affect, if not handled properly, they may ultimately affect the customers also. So the good companies, they involve a little sample of customers also, consumers also, while taking the key decisions, just to find out the feedback of consumers, to find out the feedback of customers. So that is like one thing. You can think about repairing the wooden pallets in your beverage industry, which may lead to solid waste generation. Secondly, employee training and awareness. Creating awareness among the employees. How to reduce the waste. If something can be reused, just put it in a different, bin, put it in a different garbage bin, and how to properly implement your directions, to give the employees training in that, to create awareness among that, and to give them training while you are introducing some new equipments, when you are proposing some new operations, and to train them how to better segregate the waste. It is very important. Otherwise, what will be happening? Your wastewater may be having some of the solid waste, which was very well supposed to be segregated, which was very well supposed to be collected differently. And sometime your solid waste container may have some liquid waste in it, because employees are not properly trained. So a proper training of the employees is very important when you are introducing a new operation, when you are introducing a new equipment, when you are bringing some change in your routine operations. Then the first thing is to provide the training to the employees. And you know what? The third point, the result will be entirely different. If you will be having a very well written plan and clear targets, means you should know what you have to do. You have to do advanced planning. It's not like that just coming and doing whatever like you're liking or giving directions. No, there must be a very well written plan in advance and clear targets agreed all by all areas of management. Because first thing is this: if you are planning to do something, is that doable or not? So that has to be done. Means a well written advance plan what you want to do, and then prioritize actions and considering the things with low investment, low risk. So that's how you have to do, and you have to keep in mind these things, a well written plan in advance. And next is monitoring waste generation disposal. Monitoring is very important. Monitoring makes the things correct. So monitoring waste generation and disposal, for example, checking collection contractors, invoices, benchmarking, production against raw material purchases, means how much raw material you are purchasing and how much production is being done. That is directly related to the waste minimization. It's not like that you have brought 500 kg of tomatoes and you are not producing enough amount of tomato paste or tomato sauce. You have to work on that. Otherwise, what is happening? Your raw material is being purchased and majority of it is going waste. So that monitoring is very important. So the monitoring is very important, and it is important for the environmental compliances also. You have to monitor either all the compliances related to environment are being done or not. Stock control, controlling your stock. And then if good things are happening, some good operations are going on, or the work is done in a better way by some particular employees, better you give them reward also. So that is important. And next, and the most important, is the suitability and benefits of options. Means which option is suitable, which option will provide what benefit. That is very important. And the thing to remember is that it depends on the nature and size of the business. It's not like that whatever step is being taken by company A, you're going to apply that in company B also. No, you have to think about the size of your business. You have to think about the type of business. You have to think about the nature of your business. Either that technique, either that equipment, either that operation, either that process will work in your industry or not. One should also check that the compliance with the local environment. One should think about the safety and other requirements. So these are few important points. These are few important techniques. अगर आप ये techniques लगाएंगे, अगर आप इन सबको implement, if you will do implementation of these techniques, definitely you will be able to minimize the waste, which is the first step of the waste management. And when you are minimizing the waste, you have nothing to manage. So you have done a good deal of job. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to say. Better not let the waste generate. If there will be no waste generation, then there will be no cost involved in managing that. So minimize that waste generation. That is the best. Now, what will be the benefits, actual benefits? As I told a few minutes back, no waste generation or less waste generation, less money is required, less expense you required in managing that waste. And it will reduce the cost of purchasing material. Reducing the cost of purchasing materials. Before you were buying so much material, now you have to buy less. It will minimize the waste treatment. It will minimize the disposal cost. All these things are benefit. You have to, you have to involve less people in the waste management. That is again money saving. it will keep the environment clean, reducing environmental impacts associated with waste disposal and consumption of resources. Our resources will be safe. And your business reputation will improve, definitely. What happens most of the times, the buyers, they want to come and check your facility, how you're doing. Either you are following, the rules and regulations, either you are up to the standards or not. And when they will come and see your waste management is really good, so they're going to get impressed by your brand. So your brand reputation will increase. Your brand will be more reputed. Your employees will be more satisfied. They will be satisfied. And once your employee is satisfied, yeah, it's really good for your business. So these are few benefits of implementing these techniques of waste reduction. And further, what is, some things are also happening. Some good brands, they are coming up. They have, taken some resolution and they are converting this waste to value. Some beverages companies, what they are doing, they are, from this wastewater, finally, they are converting it into the, if you, I don't know if you believe or not, but it is, being changed into up to CNG. They are collecting, the impurities from the wastewater, okay, and taking it to the, generation of biogas in a biogas plant, and that biogas is further being converted into CNG. So it has reached up to this point. Even in India, here currently, some of the industries, they are making biogas and converting that biogas into the CNG. So it has reached up to that point. So these are the, benefits of minimizing the waste in a beverage industry. So minimizing waste is the first step in waste management. That was the today's lecture's, main aspect. And I have told you several points which you have to implement for minimizing the waste in a beverage industry. So that was all about today's lecture. If you have any question, you can join me live in my, live problem solving session and can ask your questions there. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.